not all your fault. It isn't. It can be, but for the most part, it is not your fault because we've been indoctrinated, we've been taught lies, and we've been believing these lies. So our beliefs dictate our actions. So if you don't believe the right things, you're going to take the wrong action and get the results that you don't like. But if you don't understand the belief and how these beliefs relate to your actual results, then you're going to keep repeating the same habits over and over again. So I can guarantee some of you are going to be shocked or alarmed because you've been told that some of the things I am going to share with you are healthy, are good for you. But understand that we have been lied to, we have been tricked, and that's why a lot of this is not your fault. So I'm going to break some beliefs down and challenge you to let go of some of these things and start to create some new beliefs so you can get some new results. Because some of you are trying to do the same thing over and over again. The only difference is the host or the name brand or the label. The whole thing is the same, but you're repeating the same actual action or your belief system hasn't changed. So that's why I said that it is not your fault. So this is the things you have been told. And this is why your doctors, your teachers, your pastors, they've been telling you you're getting fat because you have bad genes or that it's because you're getting older. But let me tell you, I have bad genes, okay? I'm getting older, all right? We all have that, but that is not true. That is not why you are the way you are. Just understand that there is a lot more going behind the scenes than you've been told. And sure, genetics and aging do play a role and play a part in how you look and feel, but that's not the whole story when it comes to weight loss. And I want you to get that. And I want to repeat that again. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes that you've been told, and genetics and aging do play a part, but that is not the whole story. Because I remember growing up, when you have a baby, you're going to gain weight. When you're over 40, you can't lose weight. It's not true. I know a lot of women my age that are doing very well despite what we have been told. Okay. So I want you to understand that and give you some hope and let you know that you can do this. So the real problem is that there is a hidden barrier, and it is this barrier that is preventing your body from burning fat. That's what metabolic health is. Burning fat is a metabolic process. A lot of people think a good metabolism is you can eat whatever you want and not gain weight. That is not true. Metabolism is how your body functions. Metabolism is your body creating energy so it can perform its daily functions like breathing, pumping blood, digesting food, and burning fat. All right. And to add insult to injury, this hidden barrier is caused by many of the lies and misconceptions you have been told about weight loss. Okay. So obesity is prevalent in about 2/3 of the country. It's pretty bad. So looking at this chart, obesity has tripled since the 1960s. And according to recent research, the lifetime risk of obesity in the U.S. is greater than 50%, meaning that the majority of people will be obese at some point in his or her life. That is very sad and alarming. And this is all despite the health advice, despite all the gyms, health food stores. We still continue to get bigger and bigger every year. So it's pretty sad. And what do you think? You think this is getting better or worse? This was from 2016, but here we are in 2024. So we're probably doing way worse right now. And you also need to know about the status of the U.S., okay? Because remember, I said that obesity is a health issue. We don't lose weight to get healthy. We got to get healthy to lose weight. But a lot of you are struggling because you're worried about the external stuff and trying to fit in those pants. But losing weight is about having a healthy metabolism, which means healing from the inside out. We need to get this. But what's happening is we're so disconnected to our bodies. We're so disconnected to how our bodies function that we've gotten lost with what to eat, what to do. And here we are getting bigger and bigger and sicker as a nation. Now, I've been doing this talk for a long time. So the stats are probably a little bit worse now, because I believe it says somewhere that 1 in 2 Americans, I got to update my stats, but they're still pretty alarming. I think I did these stats maybe 5-6 years ago. But the point is, look at this, because chances are it's not any better right now. But I'll read through these real quick. 1 in 3 Americans die of heart disease. And I'm seeing most recently it's happening at younger and younger ages. When I created this talk over 10 years ago, that wasn't a big issue. It wasn't in my radar, but now it is. 1 in 2 Americans die of cancer. 1 in 37 boys are autistic. So this isn't good. 75% of American adults over 40 have been diagnosed with at least one chronic disease. 30% of Americans are depressed. 65 are overweight. 23.6 million Americans have diabetes. 80 million are pre-diabetic. And 94% of hospitalizations are lifestyle induced. In other words, the leading cause of death in the U.S. is lifestyle induced disease. Yes, it is. We are sick because of the choices we make. And like I said before, it's not all our fault. In our environment, all the toxins and the heavy metals that get ingested, it affects our DNA. And then we pass this on to our children. That's why generation after generation, our children are getting weaker and weaker. And now we're in a place where parents are outliving their children because their children are so sick. So again, this is an overview. There's so much I can go into this about why autism has gone up, but that'll take up all the time. But it is deep. But yes, it is environmental. I mean, it's alarming to me, and it just makes me sick to see the advice that's given to us and what is happening. But what's happened is the quality of our food, the high amounts of stress, our sedentary lifestyles. I mean, we're getting into a point where the food isn't even food anymore. We got this fake meat, artificial sweeteners. Everything is artificial. You know, we're just doing so many things instead of eating real food. We got the microwave food. We got the packaged foods. We're eating out of plastic. This is why you can have the perfect diet, but not lose weight, because you can have this nice garden salad, but it's in some plastic container and it's leaching all this plastic and it's getting in your body. This stuff accumulates over time. Yeah, we may have gotten away with it when we were younger because we didn't see the problem. But here we are in our 40s and 50s, like what in the world happened? Because it accumulates. And after a while, the body just fails to function. It fails to metabolize. So we need to take better care of how our body functions and stop putting this stuff in our bodies. Okay, so what is the problem? You know, with the rates of obesity growing, and even though you're struggling to lose the weight and keep it off, be real with yourself, because 9 times out of 10, those of you that are overweight or struggling with weight loss may be experiencing these other symptoms, such as sleep problems or fatigue. You know, if you're not sleeping, you're not healing. If you're not sleeping, you're not burning fat. If you're not sleeping, you're not recovering. All right. You can have the perfect diet, exercise every day, but if you have sleep problems, forget it. Hot flashes, hormonal imbalances, heart disease, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, brain fog, uncontrollable blood sugar levels, nerve damage, kidney disease. Raise your hand if you're dealing with any of these. But you want to lose weight. But sometimes your body's like, forget the weight loss. I'm trying to heal your kidneys. I'm trying to heal your nerves. I'm trying to control your blood sugars. I'm trying to save your heart. I'm trying to rest. I'm trying to shut you down so you stop going and drinking all this caffeine and pushing me all the time. We got to get real with how we treat our bodies before you start saying, oh, well, nothing works. If you can't say, I do all these things right, I'm very consistent, then we can have another conversation. But I know who I'm talking to. I've done this long enough, and we are looking for these quick external things, but not really getting real with our health, because we got to understand how we got to the position we're in first before we can actually get out of it. We got to stop being in denial about our habits and what we've done. all this cheat day and every once in a while, oh, it's just once or twice a week. It accumulates. All right. So you can't be eating this junk every couple of days a week thinking that you'll do better. Okay. So we got to get real and honest with ourselves. So with all that said, is this a solution? Is medications a solution? No, of course not. That's not the solution. And it's not just about medical pills. Some people are trying to use herbs and supplements. That's not enough either. Yes, I do supplements. I do herbal remedies. But if it's not used correctly and in the right order, a lot of people don't know what they're doing. They go by the latest fad that's out there. I can't even keep track. I mean, it's like we want this magic potion to work. I'm going to take my black seed oil. I'm going to do my apple cider vinegar. This isn't enough. This is lifestyle stuff. You can't have apple cider vinegar hoping it'll help and then eat junk the rest of the day. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but at least if you're struggling, it's because you're not doing enough and you haven't been doing it long enough. But, keeping it real, we got to understand that sometimes these solutions also adds to the problem. So if you're taking medications for your blood pressure, it's not fixing the cause of the blood pressure, because if it did, you can get off your blood pressure meds and it'll be normal. So that's why you were told that you have to be on your medications for life. You've been told you have to take your diabetic medication for life. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying stop your meds right away. There is a process to that. But yes, I have helped people come off their blood pressure medications, have helped people come off antidepressants and insulin, but they had to get healthy first so their body can manage these metabolic functions. So you got to understand that these medications do not correct the underlying problem. It just helps you live with it. Then as we get older, that's why my market is over 40, those medications have side effects. And then over time, you end up on more medications to treat the side effect of the medication that you were on. And then your body's breaking down because the root cause hasn't been corrected. So the key is you got to get to the underlying factors and not just treat the symptoms. Got it?